Now adjust the sound to a normal volume.
In the coming months, at lift truck rallies like this around the world, top professional lift truck operators will be competing to determine who is the best. Contestants negotiate a loaded truck through an obstacle course simulating actual job conditions. The object? Run the course in the fastest time with the fewest errors. The pressure is intense. The difference between winning and losing measured in fractions of inches and tenths of seconds. This event is won by Jack Copley of TRW's Replacement Division. He will go on to earn the title of International Grand Champion. It's in recognition of the outstanding professional ability he developed and perfected on the job. Because winning in this competition requires the same skills a lift truck operator needs every day at work. The same thorough knowledge of his machine, the same safety sense, the same judgment and concentration that spell efficiency. With these qualities, these skills, on your job, you win. More security, recognition, the pride of knowing you're in demand as a real pro. Without these skills, sooner or later, you lose all those things. That's the reason for this film, to remind you of what it takes to be a winner instead of a loser at a job that's never easy. If you're going to operate lift trucks, there's one thing to keep in mind. You can either be a winner on the job or a loser. The winners are the professionals. They make it look easy because they know what they're doing. Chances are they've learned to operate their lift trucks in training courses required by OSHA regulations. The losers, on the other hand, make the mistakes. What separates the winners from the losers? To get that answer, we asked champion Jack Copley to share his experience, techniques he uses in both competition and on the job.
No, I don't have any secrets in my driving. I go by the book. It's very basic. See, most operators are concerned first about the condition of the machine that they're driving. In fact, you can spot the good operators before they ever even start up, by the way they check the truck over.
The fact is, most mechanical problems can be caught and corrected before they develop into something serious. Sometimes it's a problem that can be seen, and sometimes it can be heard. Something is obviously wrong in the way this lift truck is running. The operator should have checked the air service indicator every day, but didn't. Result? The company loses valuable production time. And the operator loses. He now walks instead of rides. When more than one operator uses a truck, each should be particularly cautious. For example, the operator on the first shift forgets to put the battery on charge after running the truck. The next operator assumes the battery level is okay. Then the truck is used in a high lifting job, the kind of job that takes a lot of extra power. You can guess what happens then. The power fails at the worst possible time. Result? A blocked aisle and a lift truck down for several hours.
Sure, operating a lift truck is different. It's fast, and it's maneuverable. It can get away from you if you're not careful. To me, developing good operating habits is a heck of a lot more important than speed. You concentrate on safe techniques, and speed will come with experience.
In operating a lift truck, the idea is to match speed to conditions. When taking a turn in a tight aisle, keep the inner wheel close to the corner. Slow down to start the turn, and watch the rear end swing. Of course, there are potential hazards in any warehouse or factory, and these are a constant challenge to the operator. The three most common hazards facing an operator are these: people walking or working in the same area, other truck traffic, and surface conditions. Let's replay those situations, this time showing what should have been done. First, slow down and use the horn. You can figure that whenever there are people, someone sometime is going to step before they look. Second, before heading into a blind corner, again, slow down and always sound the horn. Third, take it easy around rough or slick spots. The way an operator takes a ramp also marks him as either a winner or a loser. This way, the load falls off. Or if the load is heavy enough, it may shift the center of gravity and the operator loses steering control. He could lose a lot more than that. When driving up or down an incline, keep the load on the up side. This cradles the load more safely against the backrest, so it is less likely to fall off, and it keeps the weight on the steer wheels. When it comes to lifting and stacking, notice how the professional overhoists the load slightly, then eases it down into position with gravity. The amateur, on the other hand, tries to raise the load to the exact height. On electric trucks, this puts extra wear on the contact points and motors, wastes power, and... Oh yes, always release the lever when the cylinders reach their limit. Holding on to cylinders against the stops causes added wear on the hydraulic system and wastes power.
When the schedule gets tight, when you get pressed for time, it can be a real temptation to try to carry bigger and heavier loads. And when you do that, well, you take unnecessary chances. I mean, why should you ask for trouble?
Each lift truck has specific limitations: height, weight, lifting capacity. Exceed the design limits, and sooner or later, you're going to lose. This operator made the right decision to carry a smaller but safer load. Some operators try to carry heavier loads by adding counterweights, but this can overstress the machine. And some counterweights can be downright dangerous. When it comes to operating a lift truck with a special attachment, bear this in mind. You know your truck. You know its limits and how the attachment fits your machine. No good operator will use equipment in an application about which he has serious doubts. When a truck and attachment are used for another type of job, the operator is asking for trouble. A push-pull attachment works well in this application. But special tools require special care. Use an attachment only for its designed application. And be wary of attachments that threaten the stability of your lift truck.
Driving a lift truck takes concentration. Every time you begin to let up, start thinking about something else, that's when something happens. I think a lot of my safety record. It's my living.
Distractions are a part of everyday hazards for an operator. Here's a sure loser in any organization, the cowboy operator. There's a lot of things that could be said about this type of operator. He endangers himself and everyone around him. He abuses equipment, destroys goods, and damages property. Fortunately, for everyone concerned, he usually doesn't last too long. To be a winner on the job, then, an operator needs these qualities: knowledge of the machine and of the job conditions, a strong sense of safety for yourself and others, consistency, steady, error-free driving. Remember, this wins more points than speed. Concentration, the ability to keep your attention on the job at hand. And finally, pride. If you operate efficiently, with the least amount of effort to yourself and your truck, then you'll be known and respected as a professional. You may not win one of these events, but you'll be a winner where it counts, on the job.